And we welcome you back with the start of the second quarter about to get started. We want to thank our sponsors and say that this game is brought to you by Prairie View Industries, North Highway 15 in Fairbury, Tim Hartley with Hebron Tree Service, and Match Express Food Shop and Oil, your Sinclair gas and diesel stations in Fairbury, as well as Plymouth Irrigation and Plymouth Electric. So welcome back to this game. It was a really, really quick first quarter that only took 24 minutes to get through. Kickoff actually at around 8:02 p.m., and it's 8:24 p.m., so it's actually only 22 minutes long. Got to be one of the quickest first quarters in the history of Nebraska high school football, and mostly because of the running game of Tri-County. They have done it to perfection so far, and they got a 4th and short, and they're bringing out the offense here to see if they can try to convert on this 4th and short inside the 15-yard line in Fairbury territory, down to the 13-yard line, and they got to get all the way down to the 11. So we'll see what happens here if Tri-County can deliver. You got number 33, Cale Washburn, out on the field. Lined up under center is Dustin Kapke. Let's see if they go over the QB sneak here on 4th and 1. They do. They'll go with a QB sneak. Kapke pushing forward, and that's going to be enough for a first down. He gets all the way down to the 9-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. And Tri-County now inside the 10. So now it's goal to go for the Trojans, who only won 2 games last season. Just 2 games. They didn't have the season that they expected to have. Didn't have the season that they wanted to have last year. But they are looking very good in this game so far, returning a ton of players. They had a young lineup last year. Now they have a veteran, older lineup. Fairbury is the team with the younger lineup now this year. Lined up with 2 running backs behind the quarterback, Kapke. They take the snap, and they hand it off quickly to number 33, Cale Washburn, who's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Good defense by Fairbury to get in there and make the stop. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line. Nice play by Noah Heisen getting in there for the tackle. He had 16 solo tackles last year, 9 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks last season. Really good year for him. The senior playing in his last year in a Fairbury Jeffs uniform, and he's hoping that this one can be a really special year for him and his team. And Fairbury had a really good year last year as well. I mean, they were 3-0 to begin the season, and unfortunately finished the year 4-6. So 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. A minute and 20 seconds into the second quarter. They go with a quick screen pass to the outside, caught by Drew Symes on the far side. Gets a block, gets downfield, and powers his way inside the 5 to the 4. Out of bounds on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 4, technically 3rd and goal. But Tri-County trying to score their 2nd touchdown of the game. 7-0 Trojans over the Fairbury Jeffs this evening. As Tri-County looking to put some more points on the board and give themselves a little bit of a cushion here. Kapke is in the game at quarterback. To his right is Washburn. Take the snap. It's a high snap. Hand off to Washburn. Gets upfield and powers his way to the goal line, and he's stopped just a yard short at the 1. Wow, Cale Washburn almost got in. Now it's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line, and you got to think, if Tri-County went for the 4th down conversion all the way back to the 13-yard line, they got to go for this one at the 1. So we're going to see an interesting play here. 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Fairbury trying to make a goal line stand here. It's touchdown or nothing for Tri-County at this point. 2 running backs behind Kapke. See if they go with a QB sneak, and they will. Kapke running forward, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run for the senior Dustin Kapke, and Tri-County extends their first half lead. 9:29 to go in the second quarter. 13-0 Trojans. And this offensive line for Tri-County doing excellent work right now, especially on these 4th and shorts. These 4th and short scenarios, pushing ahead and letting Dustin Kapke get forward on that QB sneak. So now they'll go for an extra point here. Kapke, the quarterback, on to kick the extra point to make it 14-0. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-0. Tri-County leads it over Fairbury with 9:29 to go. We'll be right back right after this on Ole Red. And we welcome you back with 9:29 to go in the second quarter. 14-0 Tri-County. They're off to a very quick start. It was an opening play touchdown on a kickoff return, 85 yards by the junior, Ben Holsing, and then it was a 1-yard touchdown run on the previous play by the quarterback, Dustin Kapke, the senior, able to get into the end zone on 4th and goal, and it's 14-0 Tri-County, leading it over the Fairbury Jeffs. Tanner Newmiller is down there to return for Fairbury, standing back at his own 5-yard line, and on the kick is Dustin Kapke. Tri-County, I mean, he does it all. He does it all. He's on offense, he's on defense, he's also the kicker. And he hasn't missed an extra point yet. So Fairbury going to need a big offensive drive here. You hear the ref blowing the whistle with 9:29 to go in the second quarter. It's a line drive kick taken by Newmiller at the 10-yard line. He's going to bring this one out and get a couple blocks and get downfield down the near sideline. He's got some good speed, and he's tackled down at midfield at the 50. Wow, what a return. 41-yard return by Tanner Newmiller. And Fairbury's going to start. Yeah, you can hear the crowd hyping him up after that return. Fairbury's starting in Tri-County territory on this drive. They need a big drive here, trailing by 2 touchdowns, 14-0. So coming out is Jarrett Wood. He'll start the drive at quarterback. If you're just joining us, Jacob Nippert has also been out there a few plays as well, the freshman. 1st and 10 from the Tri-County 49-yard line at midfield. Got one receiver on the far side, one receiver on the near side. One lined up in the slot, and we get a whistle. And I believe a timeout called by Tri-County. Yep, timeout by Tri-County. We'll take a quick break. 14-0 Tri-County in the lead. We'll be right back after this on All Red. And we welcome you back with 9:02 to go in the second quarter. 14-0 Tri-County. Tri-County fans, if you're listening, your team is off to a great start, especially on offense. The running game has been sublime. Fairbury, though, starts at the Tri-County 49-yard line after a nice 41-yard return by Tanner Newmiller on the kick. Then Tri-County had to call a timeout. They didn't like the setup. It's a jet sweep handoff, and getting to the far side and getting wrapped up for a loss of 3 yards is number 2, Nick Smith. He was quickly met there on the tackle by number 65, Cooper Stokebrand in there. So it's a loss of 3 yards on the play. They're backed up now to their own 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12. And we're going to see Jacob Nippert come out onto the field as quarterback here, the freshman. Will be taking a snap here for Fairbury. Backed up at the 49-yard line, 8:24 to go in the first half. Taking the snap, they fake the handoff. Rolling to the right is Nippert. He looks downfield. He's waiting. He's going to chuck it down the field. It's up for grabs, and it's incomplete. Intended for Tanner Newmiller, but a nice job there for number 5, Drew Symes, who was in there as well to break up the pass, and it'll be 3rd and 12 for Fairbury. 8:09 to go after the incompletion. And we'll actually have a penalty on Fairbury as well. It's an ineligible man downfield. It'll back them up even more. So we'll see how far they end up getting backed up. It was a good attempt there by Nippert trying to take a deep shot down the field, and if anybody has a chance to bring one down, it would be Tanner Newmiller, standing at 5'9", 150 pounds, just a sophomore. I mean, this team is so young. Their whole receiving core is no older than a sophomore, mostly freshmen. Nippert there has Arner behind him. Nippert takes a snap. Looks downfield, takes a shot down the far sideline. It's up for grabs, and it's almost caught. Incomplete. Not able to get there and make the catch. So it'll be 4th and 12, and Fairbury is going to have to punt this ball away. The punter for the team, number 17, Jarrett Wood. It's funny, Jacob Nippert is the kicker. He's one of the quarterbacks. And then Jarrett Wood is the punter. He's the other quarterback. And that's the thing with these teams where the players play all positions. I feel like it helps out the players to play a ton of positions for the future. This game is brought to you by Star Buco Insurance in Fairbury, Wells Implement in Plymouth, Husker Rehab in Fairbury, Beatrice, Lincoln, and Nebraska City, Sherbarth Ace Hardware in Fairbury, Star Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning in Fairbury, Chapel Roofing in Fairbury, Riverside Chevrolet in Fairbury, Jefferson Community Health and Life in Fairbury, Members Owned Credit Union in Beatrice and Lincoln, Hilltop Performance and Fitness in Crete, Sat Bros of Philly, Crete, Lincoln, and Hanover, Kansas, and Heath Sports Shop in downtown Crete. Thank you to all of our sponsors supporting tonight's game between Tri-County and Fairbury. So 4th and 12 with 8:01 to go in the second quarter. Fairbury has struggled a little bit on offense so far. Tri-County has utilized the run game to perfection so far. Standing back to return the punt, number 5, Drew Symes, the sophomore. On to kick it is Jarrett Wood. From the 40, he kicks it away. It's a deep kick, and it'll take a roll at the 24, and it's actually picked up, and it's muffed, and almost getting to it is Fairbury. Actually, the ball's free. It's free, but the refs blew the whistle dead when Symes fell on the ball. So it'll end up being Tri-County ball at the 20-yard line. The punt was muffed by Drew Symes, and that could have been very costly for Tri-County. Could have gotten Fairbury somewhat back in this game. They would have gotten the ball at the 19-yard line. It would have been set up beautifully after that play. So 7:51 to go now in the second quarter. Tri-County catches a break, and they will start from their own 19-yard line. So Tri-County up 14-0. But all in all, this game could be 7-0 if it wasn't for the kickoff return touchdown. Fairbury's defense has been playing pretty good so far. Man in motion, they take the snap, they fake the handoff, keeping it is Kapke, getting upfield on a QB run, and spinning forward all the way out to the 28-yard line. What a pickup of 9 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 1. What a play. And then Rene Monteroso is there on the tackle. So we will see 2nd and 2 technically on this play. They say he was wrapped down at the 27. These plays by Tri-County, I mean, sometimes they hand it off to the running back. Sometimes Kapke keeps it on a QB run. They're using these plays to perfection, and it's somewhat confusing Fairbury as it seems so far. 7:10 to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 2. They take the snap, fake the handoff, throw to Damrow on the near sideline. It's a screen pass, and he gets enough for a first down out to the 34-yard line. Nice pickup there of about 6 yards on the play. First down, Tri-County. It's that simple right now for Tri-County. Quick little pass to the outside quickly to Pierce Damrow, and he's able to have enough space to pick up the first down. And I mean, so far, seems like head coach Brett Scheiding has a great game plan, and he said he was feeling really confident coming into this game. He has an experienced lineup. They have a year of 11-man football under their belt, and his team is playing really well right now. Quick snap. They hand it off quickly up the middle, and barreling forward is Cale Washburn. Quick little gain of about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. A run simply up the middle for Tri-County. Tri-County in opening game road games since the 2004-05 season, they're 4-5, and they're trying to make it 5-5 in opening road games with a win tonight over Fairbury. And Fairbury, on the other hand, in opening games at home since 04-05, 3-6. They haven't had as good of luck at home games. 6:20 to go, 2nd and 7. Take the snap. They hand it off quickly up the middle, and he's quickly met. Nice play there. Cale Washburn loses a few yards on the play. And a nice play by the defensive line there of Fairbury. One of the guys in there, Kempert Ambrose, number 72. Nice play as well for number 55, Aldo Ramos. So basically the entire Fairbury defensive line got in there and made the tackle on Washburn, who has quite frankly had a fun time out there today running the football in the backfield. So Dustin Kapke comes out of the game. John Werman, number 21, the senior quarterback, is in the game now for Tri-County. So both teams switching up the quarterbacks play-by-play. Takes a snap. It looks like Werman's going to throw it quickly, and it's incomplete. Just a little bit too low on the pass attempt. Intended for number 36, Ben Holsing. So it'll be now 4th down and 4. So it looks like Tri-County is going to punt this one for the first time tonight. Now the sun is completely set here over Fairbury. The lights on the football field making this kind of a primetime game right now. I mean, an 8 o'clock kickoff. The entire horizon is pitch black. It's just a beautiful night for football here in Fairbury, Nebraska. So Tri-County on to punt. 2 men all the way back at their own 18-yard line to return for Fairbury. It's a deep kick on the punt. Taken and muffed. It is muffed by Fairbury. And now Tri-County picks up the ball. They'll have the ball inside the 30-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Or it looked like maybe there was a flag on the play. And the referee picks it up. And we'll see what the call is here. But for the moment, Tri-County will have the ball inside the 30-yard line after the muff punt. I think the ref just threw the flag down to just have a marker of where the ball should be placed. So I don't even think there's a flag on the play, but my goodness. Right now, it just seems almost as though Fairbury is right now biting themselves in the butt. It seems like multiple mistakes is allowing Tri-County to somewhat have a chance to run away with this one early. So we'll see what happens. Ball at the 28-yard line. And if you clean up those mistakes for Fairbury, you're kind of sitting pretty nice. Low snap, taken. It's a screen pass to the near sideline again. Nice play there for Pierce Damrow. He's able to get a few yards, pick up about 2 on the play, and get down to the 25-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for Tri-County. 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. This game is brought to you by Norris Public Power District, Western United Mutual Insurance, home office in Wilbur, Beatrice Community Hospital and Health Center, and by Thayer County Health Services in Hebron, Bruning, Davenport, and Deschler. Thank you to all of our sponsors for tonight's game. In the game is Kapke, takes a snap and hands it off to Washburn, who gets to the far sideline and is able to get inside the 20-yard line and a first down to the 18-yard line. Pushed out of bounds, but what a run by Cale Washburn. Last season had 17 carries, 52 yards, no touchdowns, but key word, he only had 52 yards last year. He is getting pretty close to getting that number tonight alone here in the first half. What a game he's had so far. He's also had 24 receptions, 244 yards. Played on defense as well. Had a fumble recovery. He can do it all. In the game is Werman, number 21, takes a snap, hands it off, and a spin move by Drew Symes, but he's wrestled down for a gain of 1 yard down to the 17-yard line. On the tackle there was number 11, Dalton. Or rather, it was actually number 30 on the play on the tackle, Ben Starr. Nice tackle there. So these Tri-County just trying to go for the run. I believe they've only passed the ball twice in this entire game, and it's been 3 times, one of them an incompletion, 2 of them screen passes. The rest of the plays have been run. 4 minutes to go in the first half. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 17-yard line in Fairbury territory. Werman takes a snap, hands it off again. There goes Washburn up the middle. Washburn gets to the corner, gets to the end zone, and he gets in for the touchdown. Tri-County running, literally and metaphorically, all over Fairbury here in the first half. And it's a 17-yard touchdown rush by the senior Cale Washburn, number 33. Had no rushing touchdowns last year, gets his first of the season in the first half of the first game for Tri-County. 20-0 in favor of the Trojans. I don't think anybody came into this game really expecting this. But this team is playing really well, and it's Dustin Kapke on for the extra point to put Tri-County up by 3 scores. So Kapke backs up, takes a snap, And the kick is good. 21-0 with 3:49 to go in the first half. Tri-County leading it over Fairbury. We'll be back right after this on All Red 99.5. 3:49 to go in the first half. 21-0. Tri-County over Fairbury right now in this game. Fairbury playing a home game. But at the moment, Tri-County, from what it sounds like, with their fans coming out and packing up the entire left side of the stands, it seems almost as though they have a home game right now. Fairbury fans haven't really had much to cheer about so far, and they got a good student section over on the right side. Students come out to support their team tonight. And the funny thing is that it's a school night as well. It's not even a Friday night. It's a Thursday night. There's school in the morning and work in the morning, which is interesting. You don't usually see that for high school football. So Tri-County to kick it off from the 40-yard line. Kapke on to kick it. And he kicks a line drive again. It's taken all the way back at the 8-yard line and picked up. This could be a rough return. It took him a while to get the ball. And he comes up the near sideline and gets tackled down at the 27. Good return there from Nick Smith. And Fairbury will start at the 27-yard line. Nice 19-yard return on the play. So we'll see what Fairbury can do offensively. They've had to punt it once. They failed on fourth down conversion as well. Now we'll see what the offense can do for the Jeffs. So 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. 21-0, Tri-County in the lead. And we'll see this offense led here by Jarrett Wood. Lining up to his left is Riley Arner. And they will hand it off to Arner, but it doesn't matter. Brought down a few yards in the backfield, all the way back at the 21-yard line. So it's a loss of 6 on the play. And it's 2nd and 16 for Fairbury. Getting in there was the entire defensive line of Tri-County. Tri-County sent blitz and got there to make the tackle. And one of the guys in there to make the tackle is number 65, Cooper Stokebrand. And a few other guys as well. Penalty on the play as well as in there as well was a few other guys. So refs talking about the penalty. We'll take a moment to thank our other sponsors, Southeast Valley Irrigation, your valley dealer in Bruning, Certified Truck and Trailer Repair in Geneva, AgWest Commodities, your marketing partner, online at goagwest.com, and by Miller Sales in Claytonia. So it's a penalty on Fairbury. It's a delay of game. So it'll back them up all the way to their own 10-yard line. Actually, it's the 11-yard line. So this is going to be very, very far away. They got to get all the way to their own 37, and they're at the 11. 2nd and 26 for the Jeffs. Jarrett Wood in there, takes a snap, looking downfield, pump fakes, looking, fires it down the field. It's up for grabs. It's knocked away. Incomplete. In there, looked like it was number 5, Drew Symes, and number 21, John Werman. Both of them were in there to make the deflection away. Pass looked like it was intended for number 2, Nick Smith. So it'll be 3rd and 27 for Fairbury. Very far in their own territory, and I wouldn't be surprised if they end up just kind of trying to run this to get at least a little bit better field position. Give their puncher a little more room. So 3rd and 27, 3:19 to go after the incomplete pass. Jarrett Wood still in the game now. Riley Arner back right behind him. They play action. Wood rolling to his right, firing down the field, and it's up for grabs, and it's picked off by Tri-County. Intercepted, and taking this all the way down to the 21-yard line is number 11, Dustin Kapke. So Kapke gets the pick. He's the quarterback, and he gets an interception on defense. Wow. What a performance by Dustin Kapke. Had no interceptions last season on defense. 16 solo tackles. But he gets his first right here this season with 3:07 to go in the first half. 21-0 Tri-County. And now they're starting at the Fairbury 22-yard line. That's the thing. There's been a few turnovers for Fairbury, a muffed punt as well, and it's given Tri-County really good field position off the start of their drives, over the last few drives at least. So lining up to the left of Kapke is Washburn. Kapke to throw, fires it down the near sideline. It's caught down inside the 5, rustling his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Number 3, Pierce Damrow, touchdown. Wow, what a play. He looked like he was going to get wrestled out of bounds, stays in bounds, and gets into the end zone. And is a 22-yard passing touchdown by Dustin Kapke. Extends the lead even further for Tri-County. On for the extra point is Dustin Kapke. We want to thank our sponsors in this game. Lambeau Plumbing in Beatrice. Building Tech, your Seco Building Systems builder in Beatrice. Creative Surfaces, your countertop specialists of Beatrice. And Clausen and Sons Dirt Work of Beatrice. The extra point is good, 28-0, and we'll take another break. 28-0, Tri-County leads it over Fairbury on Ole Red 99.5. And we welcome you back with 2:58 to go. Thank you to our sponsor. Currency makes financing quick, easy, and secure for heavy machinery, ag equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Visit gocurrency.com for details. So Tri-County has extended their lead pretty significantly here. They're up by 4 scores with 2:58 to go in the first half, 28-0. It was a nice 22-yard touchdown pass for Dustin Kapke, finding his junior receiver, Pierce Damrow. And for Pierce Damrow, that's his first receiving touchdown of the season. He didn't have a receiving touchdown last year. Did have a rushing touchdown. Kapke on to kick. It's a line drive. And rolls back off of Nick Smith. He'll return it from his own 4. Gets out and spins ahead for a decent return out to the 13-yard line. And, that could have been a lot worse. So Smith did a good job on getting at least a few yards back. Fairbury will start at their own 13-yard line. And it's been crazy to see Tri-County. They've been doing everything right in this game. They've been playing the game of their life. And if this is any indication as to what their season could potentially be, then they got a good season ahead of them. 28-0. I mean, their defense has been good. 2 interceptions of this game. Their offense has been great, especially their rushing. They even got a passing touchdown in there as well. And even their kickoff has been great on the coverage team. So it's 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line for Fairbury. Arner lined up behind what looks like Jarrett Wood. Wood takes a snap and will throw it. Looks to the left side, throws it, and the pass is incomplete. Intended there for what looks like it was Nick Smith in there. The sophomore. Pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Pass was intended for number 6, CJ.
Actually, it was CJ Goking intended for. So 2nd and 10 with 2:45 to go in the first half. And Fairbury, they have struggled passing the ball a little bit in this game. But it seems like once they get their passing offense going, it seems like momentum might take over and they might begin to feel more comfortable back in the pocket. 2nd and 10. Handed off to Arner, who cuts up field and gets a nice breaking of a tackle. Gets down all the way to the 21-yard line. Nice pickup of about 7 yards, and it'll make it 3rd and 3 for Fairbury. Nice play there for Riley Arner. This game is sponsored by First Tri-County Bank in Plymouth and Swanton. Kyle Pullman, Jack and Kyle Spilker with Spilker Ag Services near DeWitt. And Crete Area Medical Center, Wilbur and Friend Medical Clinics. So it's 3rd and 3 with 2:12 to go in the second quarter. Halftime is coming upon us, and it seems like Fairbury might have a lot to talk about in the halftime locker room. We'll get a whistle from the ref before the play. Timeout by Fairbury with 1:57 to go in the half. We'll keep it here and thank all of our sponsors. Smith Auto in Pawnee City. Learn more at smithauto.ne.com. Friend Fertilizer, your Reinke dealer in Friend. Glenda and Jonna Austin, your shelter insurance agents in Fairbury. Prairie View Industries, North Highway 15 in Fairbury. Tim Hartley with Hebron Tree Service. Match Express Food Shop and Oil, your Sinclair gas and diesel stations in Fairbury. Plymouth Irrigation and Plymouth Electric. Star Buco Insurance in Fairbury, and by Wells Implement in Plymouth. So coming out of the timeout by Fairbury, they have one timeout remaining in the half with 1:57 to go. And they got a pretty significant drive ahead of them. 79 yards to get into the end zone, ball at their own 21-yard line, and a 3rd and 3 coming up here for the Fairbury offense. So the clock's not running at the moment. So we will see Fairbury try to pick up this 3rd and short. One receiver on the far sideline. They're going to hand it off to Riley Arner. Did he get the first down? No, he picked up 2 yards out to the 22-yard line, but they're going to be about a yard and a half short. 4th and short, and the punting unit comes out for Fairbury as the clock continues to run deeper and deeper. This game is brought to you by Husker Rehab in Fairbury, Beatrice Lincoln in Nebraska City, Sherbarth Ace Hardware in Fairbury, Star Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning in Fairbury, and by Chapel Roofing in Fairbury. We'll see Jarrett Wood on the punt. Back to return. Looks like it's going to be number 5, Drew Symes. So Fairbury, their 3rd punt of the game. They'll be hoping for a muffed punt. Kick is high in the air and will land at the Fairbury 48 and take a nice Fairbury bounce inside the 45 all the way down to the 43. And that is where Tri-County will start what could be their final drive of the half. 58 seconds to play. And Tri-County will start at their 43-yard line, 1st and 10. But let's just talk about this Tri-County offense so far. What a game it has been for Cale Washburn, who has been playing out of his mind in the running game. Dustin Kapke has been doing amazing at quarterback. And a few great catches by Pierce Damrow and Drew Symes. Pierce Damrow with a touchdown reception of 22 yards. Fairbury's defense has made a few good plays as well, breaking up a few passes and getting a few tackles for loss. 58 seconds to go. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Kapke in the game for Tri-County. Takes a snap and fakes the handoff. Kapke to keep and gets upfield and gets all the way out to the 50-yard line. Next pickup of 7 yards. And it'll be about 2nd and 4 officially. Ball exactly at midfield at the 50-yard line, and a timeout by Tri-County with 51.3 to go. We'll take 1-2. A quick 30-second break. 28-0. Tri-County leads it. 51 seconds to go in the first half on Ole Red. And welcome back to Fairbury, Nebraska. 28-0. Tri-County in the lead. The star of the game so far seems like it has been the senior Cale Washburn. What a game he has had. He has been such a huge help for Brett Scheiding, head coach of Tri-County, and I don't think he's done yet. Not even in the second half yet. Kapke takes a snap. It's a low snap, has trouble with it, and rolls to the right. Looking downfield. Throws it downfield and throws it just over the head of his receiver, Drew Symes. Incomplete. 3rd and 3 with 44 seconds to play in the first half. Ball placed at around the 50-yard line. This game is brought to you by Riverside Chevrolet in Fairbury, Jefferson Community Health and Life in Fairbury, Members-Owned Credit Union in Beatrice and Lincoln, Hilltop Performance and Fitness in Crete, and Sat Bros of Philly, Crete, Lincoln, and Hanover, Kansas. Thank you to all of our sponsors supporting this game and our presentation of Nebraska high school football. My name is Kyle Mathas. 44 seconds to go in the first half, 28-0 Tri-County. It's been all Tri-County in the first half. Kapke with Washburn lined up to his right. Kapke to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Looks downfield, and now he decides to take off across the 50. Stiff arm, and gets all the way down to the 45-yard line. That's a first down. And with 34 seconds left, Tri-County looks like they will use their final timeout of the half. But what a carry by Dustin Kapke, the quarterback, able to pick up a first down. And the timeout, or rather, the refs stop the clock to move the chains. No timeout by Tri-County. Clock runs under 30 seconds to go. And Fairbury has a lot of guys deep. 4 guys deep right now. And one of them is number 2, Nick Smith. The other one, number 6, Ryan Michael. Kapke takes a snap and throws with 13 seconds to go. Takes a shot down the near sideline. It's up for grabs, and it's caught. Are you kidding me? It's caught at the 15-yard line. Number 22, Cole Spar makes the catch.
Pass is incomplete.
Oh, and they call him out. Incomplete. As the near side official comes and makes the call, but it looked like he had a chance to get. He almost got both feet in. That would have been an insane catch by Cole Spar, the junior,
Second and 10.
who only has 6 yards of receiving last season, and that would have been a really nice 30-yard reception right there. But it's 6 seconds to go. Second and 10 at the Fairbury 45-yard line. You'd think it would be a Hail Mary here by Tri-County. Maybe some laterals as well. Try to get a last-second score with 6 seconds to go. Kapke out on the field. Washburn lined up to his right. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Kapke to throw it deep, and he's going to go throw it deep. It's up for grabs, and it is intercepted by Fairbury. Picked off by the Jeffs with no time on the clock.
Pass is intercepted by number 14.
It's intercepted by number 14, Tanner Newmiller. Nice pick, but that ends the first half here in Fairbury with a pretty lopsided scoreline. Well, the game last year was 35-0 Fairbury. Now the game this year, 28-0 at the half in favor of Tri-County. Fairbury is going to have a lot of discussion to be had in the locker room. Tri-County, they've done everything right so far, and it has been all Tri-County. We'll see if Fairbury can come back out of the locker room and do something special in the second half. They got 24 minutes to do it. Can they pull it off? 28-0 is the halftime score in favor of Tri-County over Fairbury. We'll be back right after this. This is halftime on Ole Red 99.5.